The adaptation of Jilly Cooper's Rivals on Disney Plus is stirring a resurgence of interest in the 1980s Bonkbuster novels. These books, unapologetically filled with sex, glamour, and larger-than-life characters, offered a kind of escapism that seems more relevant than ever. The genre's appeal lay in its blend of outrageous plots, passionate affairs, and a world removed from mundane concerns, something Rivals brings to the screen with gusto. For those unfamiliar, Bonkbusters were a staple of 1980s literature, their lurid covers often hiding surprisingly well-crafted stories that were dismissed as guilty pleasures but resonated deeply with their audience. From Cooper's Riders to Jackie Collins' Hollywood Wives these novels centered on powerful, often glamorous women navigating careers, relationships, and scandalous affairs, all wrapped in the most outlandish settings imaginable. At their core, these novels were about escape. In Rivals Rye, for instance, the characters are far removed from any sense of everyday responsibility. Their lives are defined by wealth, influence, and sensual indulgence, making their challenges more about navigating elite social circles and torrid love affairs than dealing with mundane issues like mortgages or work-life balance. And that's where the charm lies. While today's reality bombards us with economic, political, and environmental crises, Rivals reminds us of a time when escapism was simple. A glass of champagne, a forbidden romance, and a world far away from our own. The sex in these novels was often explicit, yet approached with a sense of fun and fantasy. Rivals and its counterparts offered a portrayal of passion that was far from today's grim realism. Where modern media might lean into darker depictions of sex, the 1980s Bonkbuster reveled in lust without complications, presenting a rosy, if exaggerated, vision of physical relationships. Beyond the sensational, these stories also offered valuable insights into the power dynamics of their time. Characters like Rivals' Cameron Cook exemplified the feminist challenges of the era, juggling professional ambition with personal vulnerability. In many ways, these novels showcased the struggles of women trying to have it all, long before modern conversations on work-life balance. This aspect made Bonkbusters more than just frothy reads. They reflected a time of social change, where female characters claimed their own power, often with a heaping dose of femininity and a refusal to be sidelined. Though Cooper's Rivals is packed with opulent drama, the real genius of the story is how it exposes the fragile egos and flawed ambitions of its characters, particularly its domineering male figures. Yet it does so with such wit and playfulness that even the most problematic moments are rendered palatable by Cooper's sharp humor. Today's adaptation of Rivals stays true to this tone, offering a nostalgic journey through a less politically correct time, with just enough modernization to feel relevant. In the current climate of seriousness and introspection, the return of Rivals on Disney Plus feels like a breath of fresh air. It's a reminder that, sometimes, we need to step outside of reality, indulge in the ridiculous, and enjoy a world where passion and power take precedence over practicality. Whether you're a fan of the original Bonkbusters or a newcomer, this revival is bound to bring joy and a bit of guilty pleasure back to your screens. Stay subscribed for more videos.